Now, tomorrow is International Women's Day. We'll be marking that by telling you about some of the most inspirational women across Coventry and Warwickshire throughout the day tomorrow here on BBC CWR. And as part of that, England Squash is working with clubs up and down the country to try and boost the number of women and girls playing the sport. It's part of a campaign called Rally Together, which aims to create a more inclusive squash community and break down barriers stopping women and girls getting involved. So if you or someone you know might want to get involved, taster-style squash sessions are taking place in the local area. And Warwick Boat Club are just one of the clubs hosting sessions. Alison Inslee is a squash coach at the club, and she's been doing that for over 30 years. Alison, hi.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on the show. That's impressive. 30 years doing squash. I bet you absolutely love it, don't you?
Just a little bit.
What do you enjoy the most about squash?
I think it's the fact that it's a friendly sport. It can be played all year round, and it's something you can play on your own if you want to. But it's just fun, you know. And regardless of what level you're at, whether you're a beginner, improver, or even a professional, you can enjoy the sport at any level. So I think it's getting a bit more inclusive. As a squash coach, I've got more girls involved, and try
Fantastic.
to include more cultures and backgrounds back into the sport.
And you say it's a friendly sport, which is brilliant, because I think there's a general conception, isn't there, that a lot of sports are competitive, they're feisty, but squash, you're saying, is something that you can just really enjoy.
Yeah, it's obviously competitive as well. I mean, I go on court and I want to win, but I'd rather have a really good game and just have enjoy the social interaction with my opponent. And so, yeah, absolutely. I think anybody could enjoy it, and it really is very friendly as well.
So Rally Together, this sounds like a great idea, just getting more women involved, isn't it? Tell me about the campaign and how it all came about.
Yeah, so obviously England Squash are at the head of squash, leading squash for England. And every year they run some sort of campaign on International Women's Day, sort of around that sort of time. And this year's theme is about rallying together. It's about getting a community that makes squash more inclusive for everyone. You know, and I'm a coach, I'm a volunteer, and I'm a player. So for me, it's very important to get involved in any squash events that England Squash run, and it is about trying to get everyone to play their part, regardless of what level they are at, and it's about including people of different genders. So it's not just about getting women playing. Yeah. It's about making it inclusive and making it more accessible, but it is about creating opportunities for women and girls where we can. So yeah, across the country there'll be events run throughout the week, but predominantly trying to target tomorrow with it being International Women's Day.
And you've got some sessions coming up, haven't you, to try and encourage and for people to just come along. We mentioned there about the taster sessions. That's probably the best way to kind of ease people in, I suppose. If they've never done it before, they can come along and see your club at Racing Club Warwick and try it out.
Absolutely. And we're not the only club locally. You've got Leamington and Kenilworth nearby that are both running events for International Women's Day. And I am as well. I'm not actually, mine isn't actually happening tomorrow now due to personal reasons. I've had a little accident, so
sorry to hear that.
I've got a few stitches in my leg, so I'm going to postpone my event, but it will still happen later on in the month. I might run it on Mother's Day.
That would be a nice idea.
Yeah, I just thought, I think that might be a good idea, because Mother's Day is about women and girls and boys as well, and children. But I may postpone it to that day, so I haven't actually come up with a new date. But yeah, I will advertise it, and it will be open to members, non-members of the club. And just about getting someone to come and try the sport if they've never tried it before. And if there's a few people that have tried it, then they can meet new people and play games with people that they haven't played before, potentially make new friends, because it's as I said, it is very sociable. And then there's a bar there. They can sit at the bar, have a drink or a cup of tea, cake, whatever whatever floats your boat, really.
You said it now. There'll be a flurry of people now you've mentioned
I
the
hope
B
so.
word. Mother's Day's a
That's
really
right.
good idea, though, because presumably you could bring along like mothers and daughters, and it'd be a
Absolutely.
really nice sort of bonding time for them as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So, have a game of squash and then sit in the bar and have a afternoon tea or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't just have to be alcohol. It can just be a nice opportunity to spend time with your mother or your children.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. So I think that's what it will be for me. I know it's going to be 11 days late, but better late than never.
Don't you worry about that. Things happen. Now, is it an easy sport to learn, Alison, would you say?
So I've been coaching for a long time, and I've been coaching children from the age of 4 up to 80 odd. So I think grassroots, I think you have to have the right coach, and I feel like I am, even though I'm a level 3 squash coach, I think I'm a very good grassroots type coach. I've got a good way with all people, regardless of their age or gender or background. So I think it is quite easy to learn, and there are different things, like, for instance, we've got different size rackets, so depending on how big your hands are, how tall you are. We've got different size balls, and we've got different. If you're into the sport, you'll know we've got different coloured dots. We've got blue dot ball, red dot ball, yellow dot ball, double yellow dot. So depending on what your level, the bounce, we can create a bigger bounce, so you don't have to hit it as hard. So
there's ways of tweaking it then, depending on your.
Absolutely.
A bit like when you
can
go
grow into the
swimming,
game.
you might go in the deep end, you might go in the middle end,
Sure.
so you can kind of tweak it based on your ability. That's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can't let you go tonight without celebrating some brilliant news. It says here you've been nominated for a volunteer award with England Squash. Is that you specifically, Alison?
Yes, me specifically.
Oh,
So,
congratulations.
Thank you. So I think the announcement is on the 13th of April, which is going to happen at the British Open. The British Open's coming back to Birmingham, which it hasn't been in Birmingham since 2001. So it's been in Hull. So it's at the Rep in Centenary Square. So that's when the announcement will be made. Yeah. So I was nominated as Volunteer of the Year 2022. So obviously with the Commonwealth Games, I had I spent a lot of time on a squash court, near a squash court. So I'm guessing that had a big part of the nomination that I've received. So yeah, fantastic. So I'm excited. But I think anyone who's done anything for the sport, for the game, that everyone's worthy of a nomination. So and everyone's a worthy winner. So if I get it, I do.
Humble.
It's icing on the cake. But
Very humble. And it sounds like you've worked incredibly hard over the last 30 years. So, you deserve this. It's all paid off, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
No problem at all. So for those that do want to get involved, or maybe somebody listening knows somebody who'd be great at this, what's the easiest way of getting in touch with you?
Get in touch with me. I mean, my details are on England Squash website of the event. I'll have to speak to them about changing my date, but the best way to do it is to get in touch through the England Squash website. And if you know me, people know me anyway, or they can contact me directly. So locally, a lot of people know me anyway, so they have my number, my email address, or have me on Facebook or Messenger or Twitter. So I'm all over social media. So I am. Just put my name into anywhere and you'll find me.
Alison Inslee. Give her a search, give her a follow, and Alison can help you. Oh, you're amazing. Well, enjoy your award, and I hope you manage to reschedule that event. I hope you feel better soon too. Thank you so much, Alison Inslee, a squash coach at the club, at Warwick Racing Club, encouraging more women and more people to get involved with squash.